Real Madrid come away from an important 2-0 win against Levante here in La Liga match day 20. And the fans, they said what they were going to do before the match started, during the match in the first half, especially the booing, the whistling, the white flags. It's crazy. You know, you never really see an atmosphere like that in the Santiago Bernabeu, especially the Madrid fans whistling at Vini, at Fede, at Bellingham. You never see stuff like that. That's how you know something is wrong, definitely wrong. People saying Florentino out, people saying certain players should be performing at a certain level, and the fans were at it today. So good for them, really. The players do need to step up, and they need a reality check. So that's something. Vinny seemed really disappointed towards the end of the match, with him being the first one out the tunnel, with him before the match looking stressed out, looking emotional. It's true though. At Madrid, you need to play a certain standard and not the rubbish we watch week in and week out. It's been like this for more than a year now. So there's that. But with this match, in the first half, they were horrible. Very horrible. They looked nothing. They looked nowhere. They looked exactly from albacete. They were not creating anything. Players were dropping back, making spaces, gaps, making a play to get on through. Nothing. Straight up nothing. Levante were the better team 100% in the first half by a mile. And then, I guess, halftime, some key substitutions. Arda GÜLER coming in for Camavinga, who looked poor. Bellingham looked poor. Vini looked poor. Terrible first half, really, from Real Madrid. And then second half, they added in Franco as well. They took out Gonzalo Garcia, who just wasn't really there at the game as well. And yeah, it's just terrible first half substitutions, and in the second half they looked completely different. Not saying they were miles better, but they were 100% not to the level they were in the first half. Mbappe was making a few runs, nothing crazy from him today. Then there was, I think Franco. This was probably a better match from him. He, a few passes, a few shots, hit a crossbar. You don't see Franco doing much at a game. Today he did a little bit, but the star player was Arda GÜLER. The second he came into the pitch, he was the Madrid's best player by everyone, ahead of everyone. His key passing, he had a few shots on target. He got an assist with Raul Asensio's header. Honestly, just he changed the impact of the game to their level, to their extent. Not saying they played good, but they looked better from they did in the first half. So yeah, he was a key substitution. And I mean, this match, it wasn't really. I mean, the second half they were dropping a little. They were making gaps, creating passes and plays, but not to the best extent. They still haven't scored a goal, a team goal. When I say that, since I guess the Betis match, and in the Atletico match that they played, it was a free kick and from a corner, a free kick and from a corner, a Classico, a Vini solo goal and a corner. Albacete, a corner, and what was there? Who scored? It was Gonzalo and Franco. Franco from a corner, tapping. And then in this match, same thing. Penalty, corner. They're not scoring goals as a team. That's not what they're doing. So you can't say this is much of an improvement. They got a win, which is huge. I think I predicted a 2-0 win, I think. So I think I said 3-1 or 2-1. But coming this match, you expect I didn't expect much. I didn't even celebrate the penalty goal because obviously don't want to win from penalties. But I don't know. It just wasn't Real. So it was a bummer. It was a shame. But yeah, let's go more in detail with this here. Starting 11. This was I was surprised. The front three. I don't like them using Gonzalo on the right. Sometimes I want to see them using Gonzalo on the right hand side. It just, for me, makes no sense to me. It's just he's not a right. He's not that player that's gonna make deep runs into the side of the fields and try to get it in the middle. No, that's not his job. His job is to receive from that, to receive from the actual player that's playing on the right hand side and receive from the middle. And then you have Vini. I don't know how he has a 7.7 rating. That's really shocking. Bellingham a 7.9. Chouameni a 7.7. This is honestly just shocking. Carreras, he he wasn't really much. I mean, not saying he had a bad game. He was just, there. Oisin got subbed out. I saw him talking to Arbeloa, maybe discomfort or something. He got subbed out. Asensio actually looked pretty solid this game in the back line. He almost had an assist to Mbappe. He had a header. He could have scored a second header from a corner as well. So I think Asensio had a pretty good game. Same with Fede. I think the fullbacks weren't fully crazy today. Like they didn't have a poor game or a bad or a good game. They were just there, I guess. So they didn't. Kamavinga looked really poor in the first half. Um, but for Levante, they were the ones creating chances. They were the ones trying to get on goal. They were the ones making the runs in the first half. Then it obviously completely switched. I don't. Did they even have a single chance in the second half? They had like 3 free kicks in the first half. They, um, 2 of them could have been penalties. They were so close to the box. And then substitutions. They put on Franco Ceballos, Arda, and David Alaba. David Alaba slowly trying to get back into the team, with his injuries, and he's been out for a little bit, hasn't played. So, you gotta bring him in just to get him used to it. But yeah, this was just not the game that you were hoping for. You're hoping I said it. I'm like, you need a blowout game. You need a 5-0 win game to prove that you're still capable of. Because Madrid's next match is in the Monaco in the Champions League. Monaco just lost. Again, I think it was against Lorient. So they have a chance there. Villarreal, Benfica. I said it. These games are going to be tough. Villarreal, Benfica, Rayo, Sociedad. You can even add in Osasuna while you're at it. Those games are going to be tough for Real Madrid, so we'll see what's going to happen there. Barca play tomorrow, I believe. That's the final. So Barca won a 10-game win streak, I think, last time I recall. Yeah, they've just been winning since that Chelsea 3-0 thrashing. They've been winning games week in and week out. They have Real Sociedad, who are a good team. They're not having the best of the season, but they still have individual good players in their squad. Slavia Prague, Oviedo, Copenhagen, Elche, Mallorca, and Girona. So Barca should probably win all these games. Maybe the only ones they might struggle against is probably just the Sociedad match, really. I mean, anything happened in the Champions League. And then, Elche did beat Real Madrid, and then just Girona, who, had not been looking great so far. So Madrid make it a 1-point gap, but Barca still have a game in hand, so we'll see. Oh, Girona are ninth. Oh, they were higher than I thought they were. But yeah, this not the best of match, but slowly, hopefully, with Arbeloa, with the players, they start changing something.